all the adults in the house lost their job.
The law said she can tell me she can stay in my house and not pay me anything. She's jeopardizing my livelihood, but I want her out of the job.
It sounds like a Tyler Perry movie, honestly.
In today's case, a woman opens her home to help her younger sister out. Next thing she knows, 7 people move in, nobody's working, and she's getting paid in food stamps. She sends a $500 pay or leave text, then files for eviction. But the judge? Oh, the judge has thoughts.
Yes, sure.
All right, raise your right hand, because it looks like y'all might be family. Raise your right hand, both of y'all. You swear or affirm to tell the truth under penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes.
All right, let's start with Astra Lyons. Miss Lyons, is this somebody you're related to? Y'all just happen to have the same spelling. How you related?
This is my sister.
That's your youngest sister.
Yes.
Y'all listen. This is great, but not great. So tell me, I see here on the complaint you say that she owes $1,800. Do you guys have a lease?
We do not have a signed lease.
Well, hold on. I can talk to one line at a time. So Ms. Lyons,
we
don't have a lease. Okay.
No, when we first communicated with each other, we had a verbal agreement originally, where I stated that all she had to pay was a cable bill, which was roughly around $200, $250 a month, because she was only staying for 3 months. But the answer to your question,
when was this? When did this first start?
This was when she first moved in July
of last year.
Yes, of last year. This is when she first moved in July. As time on, the agreement was 3 months. It has been 10 months now. So as time went on and bills accumulated, when we had discussions, I basically let her know, this is moving forward. This is how we're gonna coexist. I need you to pay more. She actually have 7 people in my house. I have a cat, a dog, 2 adult children, 3 teenagers, and her baby father.
That's a lot of folk.
Right. And they moved in July, and all the adults in the house lost their job a month later. Before August, everybody lost their job.
This sounds like a Tyler Perry movie, honestly. This is what it sounds like. I'm not even playing, but I'm playing, but it just sounds bad. It sounds bad. So listen, is there any monthly rent set?
It is set right now. It's $250 for my.
Hold on, younger lions. Let me hear from older lions. Tell me, what's the monthly amount?
I sent her a text message. I said, for here on out, you will pay me $500 a month. You will pay your half of every utility. Because before I limited it because I'm trying to help her save so she can move out my house.
Do you live there too? I take it this is not a house you live in.
This is my house that this is a mortgage that I'm paying on this house.
Yeah, but you're not. I can tell you're not living in this house.
Oh, I am.
You living in this house too?
Yes. It's
do
chaotic.
You have any children that live in there?
I have no children. None.
Sister. Okay. All right. And when did you give her this text about the $500?
I gave her this text. 1 second. I'm bringing it up now. Originally we had a family sit down, and then I decided, hey, I'm just gonna, because she kept saying I want something, I need something in writing. So let me
I got it. Yeah, okay. Tell me when. And
the text was on the I'm getting to it. It's a lot of information in here. I sent her the text on, where is it? Text was sent to her on the on the 20th of December.
20th of December.
And I said for January, moving forward in January, since you're still here, you haven't left yet, because I've told her several times I want her to leave.
Tell me what the text says.
So I said these beers are getting ridiculously high, so we are going to have to work together to reduce them. I've already paid $200 on a water, light, and gas bill. You and Kevin are responsible for making sure the remainder of $201 get paid to reduce all unnecessary and those unnecessary plugs in the wall in your room needs to be unplugged. Basically letting her know I don't leave my TVs, certain things plugged up that's not
I got it.
Bringing up the light bill.
Tell me about the 500. Where it says 500.
It's a long text.
Tell me where it goes to 500.
Going down, I'm basically telling her that so starting in January, I need 500 per month or 250 twice a week. You and Kevin should be splitting the cost of bills.
Okay.
HOA fees are $750 a year. Y'all have
Ms. Lyons. Okay. Pause. Okay. Has she paid you since then?
The only thing she's giving me when September came, she decided that she wanted to double up on a bill that was already accumulated.
Wait.
Yes.
September is before January. Let's talk about January 4. I don't care about that because you didn't send her a text. And even then, I'm a little iffy on the text, but let's just say everybody's fine with that. What has she paid since that time, if anything?
Now, we had a conversation several times before the text, and I just decided go ahead and send her.
And I'm going to tell you why I think
she keep acting like she don't that I sent her this information. So January came.
I can't hear anything you're saying.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so January. She sent me $250 on Cash App. That was it. Okay. February, $300, and then $100 towards the light bill, the gas bill. That's what it said. And she spent in March $200, and at the end of March sent me $5 to cover her April bill and also the loan that I gave her in September for her storage.
Okay. And she sent you money in March as well.
Yes, but from September, October, November, and December, I did not get rent.
Okay, well, let's not talk about that because that really may not be relevant. You didn't even really put it in writing exactly what you wanted. And I don't know if even the text will suffice, but let's say, for instance, it does. All right, let's look going forward from there. She's giving you some money, and the last time you've gotten some money from her is when? What day?
The last time was on the 20th of March.
20th of March. Did you send her a demand of possession?
On the 28th.
28th. You sent her a demand of possession on the 20th. Hold on. Miss Lyons, did you send her a demand of possession? Astra Lyons, older sister Lyons.
Yes.
Okay, and when did you do that?
I filed it in demand of possession. You're talking about the warrant, right?
Well, no. That's why I give all this information up front, because what I'm going to explain to you so you guys know why I'm doing what I'm doing so that you can get it right. First things first, you don't have an agreement with somebody and it's oral, that's fine. But let me stop. Miss Lyons, do you acknowledge that you got a text from your sister indicating that she wants you to pay $500 a month for rent going forward?
So I do. So like she said, it's a lot. She did verbally sit down with me and my partner and send her million text message about us starting to having to pay her $500 a month, $250 from him, $250 from me.
That's not what it's
and half on the light bill. Was no other utilities included.
Okay.
And with that also, I was giving her when I got my food stamps, I would give her
break her off. I get it. Listen.
But Mark, I didn't give her
this is what the text message say, Judge.
I can't read it from that screen, so just hold tight. Miss Lyons, Young Alliance, please continue.
So she let me know my food stamps don't pay any bills, and I still am required to do as she said. So
we do feed you though.
My partner lost his job.
Okay.
And that she said that it's $250 from me, $250 for him, I paid her in February. I paid her $300 in February, and I paid her $300 in March. Those are my rent. And then March 20th, she sent me a text message saying, pay me the $500 or else y'all gonna have to go. So March 20th, I sent her the $500, and she let me know that it is from the loan that she gave me for
that was in response to this letter. So you got a text from her, pay me $500
or else. Y'all got to go.
You gave her $500.
Gave her $500 March 20th, got served for the warrant.
Ms. Lyons, did you get $500 from her on the 20th?
Yes, Your Honor, but we got to go back. Me and her actually.
No, we don't have to go back. We don't have to take
a physical altercation. We got into a fight in my house. She attacked me in my house.
Listen.
I called the police and I filed a police report.
Ms. Lyons, do you have a TPO?
No. A TPO? No, I don't. This happened when she first moved in.
I know, but you talking about stuff 6+ months ago. I'm talking about since January, since you sent her a text.
I'm talking about I filed this claim on a fact that she hadn't paid bills, she hadn't paid rent. I had to take out a loan, at least $5,000 to pay my bills because the only thing she want to pay is that little bit amount for 7 people being in my house.
So Ms. Lyons, I'm not sure. So let me tell you what I'm going
to do. I've had to take out a loan.
Ms. Lyons,
my lights have been shut off and turned back on. Exit for me. Yes.
Ms. Lyons. Let me tell you first, I understand. Let me tell you, I appreciate you trying to make sure your sister's not on the street. I appreciate that. And I'm not even part of your family. But what I'm expressing to you is I'm not a part of your family. Therefore, all of the other stuff is not relevant to me. I want to know what I can do to justify making a decision that's according to the law. The issue is...
I understand it.
No. I don't want to hear all that. I want to tell you what the law has to say. The law has to say that, one, when you accept money, particularly, where'd she go? She disappeared because she didn't want to hear what the law had to say. Let's hold tight and see what happens. We'll see if she comes back home. All right? Let me look at position 15 while we wait and see if she comes back home.
Lights went out.
No worries. Can you turn your camera on and turn your camera on for me, rather. All right, we're back. So listen, all I wanted to say to you is this. When you sent the demand to her, she paid you the money that you demanded. That's problematic because you cannot then subsequently file an action against her. That alone will get the case dismissed. I understand when you're with family, you want to be cool and we want to try to make things as less stressful as possible. I understand that. I'm not admonishing you for that. I know most people don't want to have to put a contract on their brother or sister to be able to confirm because they don't want to have to do all that. You don't want to evict your sister. That was never your intent for even putting her in your house. But what I'm expressing to you is when you come to the court, unless you're going to reach an agreement, I have to rule on the law is despite the way that the family situations may look, despite the fact that it may not seem fair. You understand? So
okay, I do have a question though.
Hold on. So I'm just going to give you some law. If you want to have a contract with your sister, it can be oral. But if you want to, and if you don't, you're going to make sure that you follow the law to make sure that you get her out. Nobody's trying to make this a villain. But if you're going to use the law to get someone out, it doesn't care that that's your sister. It doesn't care that it would be anybody. I've had mothers evict daughters and vice versa. It don't matter. So, but you got to follow the law. That means if you're going to want her out, you got to give her an appropriate demand of possession. If you want to breach the contract and say you want to cancel the lease, you got to give her appropriate notice. But I do it by the law. If that's it. If it's a situation of violence that's occurring, call the police. If somebody gets arrested, that's a different scenario. But we don't have that present, and I don't want that to be present. But if you're going to use the court, you got to follow the law. All right. Feel free, Miss Lyons, Miss Astor Lyons.
The point is, I want her out my house. She refused to leave. She have caused chaos in my house. She have ran up my bills. It's gotten to the point where my livelihoods is at stake. I'm actually paying. I'm depleting my bank account.
I get it.
My
I don't want you to do that.
Get it. And in order for me to keep my job, my credit has to be in good standing. She's jeopardizing my livelihood.
I understand. So I
don't want an agreement with her. I want her. I'm fine with her staying until April because she's paid her bills. but she paid her month for the month of April. But I want her out of my house.
Okay, well, listen, I'm going to give you one last consideration. If you guys want to reach an agreement, there's a mediator right here. Y'all can talk about it.
I don't want to agree. I want her out my house.
Well, then let me tell you something. You're not going to get her out today because you don't have an agreement because you didn't do what the law required. I can suggest to you that you can have a conversation because
we've had a conversation. It's my house.
Well,
it's my house. It's my bills that I'm paying. It's my bank account that I'm depleting. It's my livelihood that is at stake. Because when she leaves, she gonna go on about her business and not gonna worry about me.
So Miss Lyons, I think that you don't understand because I'm not your attorney, so I can't tell you exactly what's going on, and you don't understand the impact overall of what you're.
With the eviction process, that's the whole purpose.
But it'll be dismissed because you didn't follow. You didn't follow the law. Miss Lyons.
I filed for past due rent. She did not pay me.
The case will be dismissed. You can figure it out on your own since you don't want to listen because your emotions are into it. I'm trying to guide. I'm not even trying to guide you. I'm trying to tell you what the law is so that you know what to do so you won't have to come back.
But the law says she can tell me she can stay in my house and not pay me anything.
The law says if you don't get it right and do the appropriate process, you'll get the case dismissed. Doesn't mean that you can't come back and redo it, but today it'll be dismissed.
But if she got her note, if I sent her an email and text message, this is what I expect moving forward. Now I'm at the process.
Miss Lyons, you're now wasting my time because I've already told you why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've gone through a long process to make sure that you understand, but you can't hear me because you expect an outcome despite not knowing and following the law. So now I have no more. I have no more patience for you because you don't want to listen to me. So I'm going to let you go, and you can refile and follow the appropriate law. I've tried to make sure that you understood why the court.
What is the appropriate law when I have already sent it in writing? What else do I have to do, Judge? Because it's not making sense.
You accepted money after you demanded. She gave you exactly what you demanded. So I'll let you be gone, and you can refile when you understand the law and follow it appropriately. Miss Lyons, younger sister Lyons, you're free to go. Older sister Lyons, you're free to go as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When you look back at this, you'll realize that you didn't listen.
She assaulted me in my house. I have it on record.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Kendo and Miss Leon, go ahead and unmute for me. Turn on your camera.
You're on.
Leon.
Yes, hello, I'm here.
Yep, turn on your camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to press here, Your Honor. It's not much, isn't it?